You know, simple logic produces great results. That's always the way it ends up. Let's go into some simple logic today. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, we inspire. And we've been going through a couple of some sayings that are beneficial to help people to live better lives, and just some concepts to go over. You know, we've gone over some of these before, but it's good to review every once in a while because it's great to get back to fundamentals, because once you meander away from that, then you start to drift off, and that takes you away from your laser focus. First one I want to talk about today is frequency matters. And when we talk about frequency matters, I'm talking about two separate concepts. The first one is when you have a vision, when you have a dream, when you have a burning desire, what you want to do is you want to enlist the aid of the ultimate partner, the infinite mind, to help you. And when you see that, feel it, smell it, taste it, touch it, and you send out that vibe, that vibration, that frequency into the universe, then you're separating that one thought from the 60,000 or so other thoughts that go through somebody's mind on a daily basis. The infinite mind will pick up on that vibe if the frequency is strong enough. Here's a quote. I believe this is from Nikola Tesla. My brain is only a receiver. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. I've not penetrated into the secrets of this core, but I know that it exists. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Now, there's one of the world's greatest inventors that's ever lived telling us, hey, I don't know why this works, just the same way as I don't know why gravity works, but I know that it works. And I know that there's something out there that wants to help me to achieve my dreams, my goals, my ambitions. And when I do that, I send out that frequency, and I'm looking to get a response from the infinite partner. So frequency does matter. And when you send that frequency out there, make sure that when you're sending out that dream, that you don't send out the things that you've tried and failed in order to achieve that dream, because the infinite partner picks up on that. What you want to do is you want to send out the finished product, what you want to achieve, and then the infinite mind will help you with inspirations, with ideas, with circumstances you can predict or plan to help you to achieve that. And it doesn't happen every single night. It happens over a period of time. The results you're going to get will come to you in bits and pieces. Make sure you capture these bits and pieces, you record them, you take them down, and you capture them. And that frequency changes from time to time in terms of, you know, sometimes you're getting a lot of information, sometimes you're not getting any information, but send that frequency out there. It's like the lottery. The more times that you play the game, the more chances that you have to win. That's one aspect, easy for me to say, of frequency. The other aspect of frequency is doing things more often. The more often that you do things, then the better you become. All right? As a coach, I can tell you that when you want to work with somebody on their footwork, you have them go over it and over it and over it and over it until it's muscle memory. And when it becomes muscle memory, then the subconscious takes over. You don't have to think about doing it. Same thing is true when you're, let's say, learning a presentation that you're going to make if you're a salesperson. Go drill, practice, and rehearse. Go over what it is you want to say. Say it out loud. Move your lips when you're doing it. When you're reading something that you want to memorize, move your lips when you're doing it. People say, well, if you move your lips when you're reading, that slows you down. Yeah, it may slow you down, but it creates the muscle memory with your mouth. And you'll find that when you're speaking, your mouth will automatically say the right words if you've done it enough times. Frequency matters. So it matters in terms of the vibration you send out, and it matters in terms of performing the activity, the action, the presentation that you're looking to perform. The more times you do it, the more muscle memory you create. That is one of the keys to success. Do you not think, Eli, that Steph Curry, muscle memory, muscle memory, muscle memory. He doesn't have to think about taking the shot. He's done it a million times. That's where he does his thinking during the practice session. During the game, it's all muscle memory. What is now proven was once someone's imagination. Experts on childhood brain development have proven that young children spend as much as 2/3 of their time on non-reality or imaginative play each and every day. As adults, our beliefs about creativity significantly change. We're taught of the many inappropriate times to be creative in a childlike manner. Unfortunately, high-spirited curiosity and creative imagination begins to decline for most of us as we mature. And there's two reasons for that. First, conformity is drilled into our brains from a young age. Not conforming to expected parental, societal, or school behavior is wrong or bad and is frequently rebuked with ridicule or punishment. Therefore, we're conditioned to be unique individuals that are just like everybody else. Second, like any other skill that you have, if you don't use it, you lose it. So, when the time comes that we wish to activate our creative gene, we're unable to do it. This is because we haven't been using those mental muscles, once again, muscle memory. And because our thinking is not unique, it conforms with the thinking of those that are in our immediate orbit. We're forced to turn our attention to logic, facts, and reason in school. Most of our time and brain power is focused on physical reality instead of creative, imaginary scenarios. And to me, that's like ordering a cheeseburger without fries and a drink, which are my three major food groups. There's no balance. You've got to take your cues from nature. If we're born using our imaginations 2/3 of the time, doesn't that indicate that the universal planner intended us to think creatively? Isn't that a clue? Isn't the proof in the proverbial pudding when our most successful people are also the most creative people in their individual fields? Do you see the irony that we admire the creative end result of imaginative thinking, yet we fail to stimulate it in our society or in our schools, and instead we champion a doctrine of conformity? Creativity requires a willingness to be wrong, and experimentation practically guarantees that you're going to make mistakes. This is the main factor in the promotion of conformity in practice in our society, and the demotion of the practice of creative thinking. Hello, this is one of my major points, what they don't teach you in school. It's so critical that they teach you how to think, how to become creative, how to become imaginative. The people that are in the top tiers of industry are the ones that have that creative gene, and they encourage that creative gene. Keep that in mind folks, as you're starting out, keep that creative focus alive. Give yourself that quiet thinking time. Visualize things that are not yet in existence, but that you can make happen. And don't worry about how you're going to get there. That will come to you. But first, you have to envision the final outcome. You have to envision the what, and the how will come to you with intense, focused thinking. There is no box so big that it can't be thought out of. You can always find an answer if you work hard enough. If you find a way, if you say, I don't have the resources, then figure out a way to get the resources. You keep chunking things down into the smallest components until you can find a how to get it done. When I was doing this, starting this channel, I know nothing about technical stuff. So I said to myself, how am I going to be able to do that? My answer was, I need to find somebody that's going to help me do that. All right, how do I find somebody that's going to do that? Well, I'm a sales guy. That's something I can do. I went up, I started talking to people, selling them on the idea of what it was I wanted to accomplish. Can you help me out? No, 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 no. Either I can't or I don't want to or whatever, which is fine, until I found somebody that said, yes, that sounds good. Let's do it. Let's lock arms. And that's how you go from being able to do something that you had no capability of doing because you're technically an ignoramus like I am, and then you get the job done. And I focus on what I focus on, which is the content of these videos. Every day, what you want to do is determine, you have your big picture and you have your small picture. Seize the day. Seize the day. Too many people go through life with absolutely no objectives. You got to remember, when you're young, the time that you're spending is, you say to yourself, oh my goodness, I have so much time to do this. And then when you get to be, a seasoned person like I am, a senior, you treasure each and every day and say, what can I accomplish today? You need to have that kind of a mindset when you're younger. And once you do, then you will find that you're making more progress and you will achieve more. And our last thought for today is to have courage against the status quo. And that should be very easy for you to do, and here's the why and because. If you are any kind of a numbers person, you have to recognize that successful people versus unsuccessful people are divided 95% unsuccessful, 5% successful, 19 to 1. So if you're always doing what the 19 are doing, guess which group you're going to become a part of. A rule of thumb is, if you want to be an achiever, you have to think differently than what the masses are thinking. Because the masses are the masses because they think like the masses. Does that make sense? And the achievers are the achievers because they think like 5%ers. So one of the ways to help you do that is when you become passionate about a particular goal or objective, then that broadens the way that you will think, and it allows you to take more risks. It allows you to go for it, to reach as far as you could possibly reach to try and achieve more. And that is one of the keys to getting the things that you desire and you deserve during your lifetime. And always remember, hey, don't ration the passion, fashion the passion. I'm Eli's dad.